Have you ever wondered why some of your best lead generation efforts maybe didn't produce the results that you hoped it would? Hi, I'm Chris Scott, real estate digital marketer, and here with the Paperless Agent. And I wanted to share with you a marketing concept and how it applies to real estate advertising and marketing specifically in hopes that you'll get better results. And so oftentimes I find, even in my own real estate marketing activities that I do, sometimes I'll try to do something like maybe create a Facebook ad or create a Google ad or try to run a campaign or try to do a specific activity, and I just don't get the results that I hope. And one of the things I always have to remind myself is, am I working with how the customer or how the consumer or how that person who's going to buy or sell a home is actually going through the journey, right? And a marketing concept that I'm sure you are familiar with. If not, this is brand new. If you've already heard of this concept, let me explain to you how this applies to our real estate marketing efforts and how a lot of times we just jump to one section hoping to get better results here. And so you've probably heard of this concept of people needing to go through awareness, needing to go through consideration before and then while they make the decision, right? It is when they make the decision when they either become a lead, whether they become a customer or a prospect. And so what happens is often, a lot of my own efforts I've noticed in the past, I would jump right into the decision-making phase. Here's what it would look like. I run a Facebook advertisement, promoting a listing appointment or promoting people to even download a buyer guide or to do something I want them to take action with in hopes that they'll become a lead. And so what happens is I'll create this ad, maybe it's a Facebook ad, maybe it's a Google ad, and I jump right into this decision phase, meaning that I'm hoping to get it in front of people who are ready to make a decision. And what happens is those results tend to be rather low. I mean, if you've ever used a home search site and purchased leads from one of the home search sites, a lot of times what happens is we're getting them kind of at a decision-making phase, but we've ignored the previous two. The awareness phase and the consideration phase was being done by the home search site, so we have to start that process all over so that they are aware of us. And that they, going through the consideration phase, know, like, and trust us. And so that when we get to the decision phase, even if it's just to become a lead or to become a prospect or to download a guide or to be able to take us up on an offer, our results will be a lot better if we've adhered to the first two steps in this process. So what does awareness look like? Here's what awareness looks like. When they think of real estate, do they think of us? When they think of us, do they think of real estate? And so during the awareness phase, it's significantly before they're making a decision, long before they're even making a decision to buy or sell a home. So the awareness phase means that our marketing activities need to specifically make sure that we're reminding people or getting people to know that we're an option, or reminding people that we are an option, and that when they think of us, they think of real estate, or when they think of real estate, they're having a conversation with somebody that we are top of mind in their field of consciousness. Now, once we establish that awareness phase, and that's something that has to be ongoing all the time. I like to market real estate listings. I like to market videos showing us and sharing tips. I like to do things where they know that we sell real estate, okay? As they move on, through the consideration phase, here's where what we want to accomplish is, do they trust us? Do they know that we're competent at what we do? Do they know that we have good advice and that we can take good care of them, right? So first, they have to be aware that we sell real estate and that we're an option for them. Second, they got to trust us to do a good job. And even if it's just to become a lead, they got to have a higher level of trust with us than somebody that they don't know. And so the consideration phase is where you're going to want to share lots of advice, tips, expertise. This is a great place to utilize video, right? Using marketing video so that people can see what it's like and experience what your working with you is like in terms of sharing your expertise and being able to experience what it's like for you to be their trusted advisor. When you accomplish these two phases within your marketing, and again, these are going on constantly, when you show up at their decision phase, they're more likely to take you up on the offer. Now, that offer might just be to download a guide or to look at a list of homes or to schedule an appointment or to get an evaluation on their home. All of those things will be far more effective if the first two steps are happening constantly through our marketing process and through their experience, right? I oftentimes talk of this concept of omnipresent marketing, where they can't go more than two steps anywhere online or elsewhere without bumping into us. And so that's what we're trying to accomplish here. The decision-making phase can look like leads, but it also is going to look like our individual follow-up. Do we have some kind of personal connection? Have we made outreach? Have we messaged them? Have we done the outbound activity so that when they are ready to make a decision, it's easy for them to respond? Are we sending them emails? Are we sending them offers? Are we making it easy for them to say, yes, you're the person that I want to work with. I've been meaning to talk to you. And when you accomplish all three of these, what happens is you're going to get much better results. But here's the other thing that we have to realize. It takes a lot longer if you're using marketing processes to accomplish this goal. Right now, you could do some brute force methods like cold calling, right? You could cold call purely based on numbers, and you can use a brute force method, but that has a law of diminishing returns, mostly in here, right? Facing rejection after rejection, as opposed to putting marketing processes in place to handle these pieces so that we can condense the amount of prospecting that we do. It gets a lot easier. In fact, oftentimes people start coming to us. We start attracting more people, but it takes time and consistency to accomplish that. The time and consistency is what's required to implement this process and to do so effectively. Well, I hope this little tip has served you well. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, ask a question, hit me up on Facebook or wherever else I am online. Take care.